got a flag from Denmark. The head of cybersecurity's gone AWOL. He's disappeared and stolen a process for the creation of biofuel. It's a weapon. His girlfriend.
You think she's involved?
Yeah. She's Danish Secret Service.
Care to tell me what you were doing? You're either a shit spy or you're in on it.
Right now, I'm your best bet at finding Redback.
So this is your first TV series?
Yeah.
How does it feel and how has it been working with it?
Well, so, I mean, I guess it feels, I've been working in film for many years. And I mean, in some ways it felt kind of different because it was a bit more stressed. In terms of that we had to shoot a lot of material in a short time, and we had like Corona hanging over us and a full lockdown and everything. So I think that there were like several components that made it a little bit more compact, although at the same time, like the time frame was stretched. So I would say, well, I don't know, there was something about the pace that was certainly different. And then obviously it was interesting to follow a character through several episodes. So in that sense, there was like a plot and an internal life of my character, Katrina, that got to develop quite a lot.
And if you compare it to making films, would you want to do another TV series or another season?
Well, but actually, you know what? Like, to be honest, I guess most of the films that I've done have been sort of low budget. So it's always sort of, I guess when you're in film or TV, you just always want more time. I guess the reason why I'm like fumbling a little bit around it is because I think that it's more about like the project itself that makes the difference. Then it's actually like if it's a film or a TV series necessarily, because it's so much about like your colleagues and the character and the story and what story you're telling and with who you're working with telling it, and so I guess TV and film are sort of similar. And of course I would love to do more TV if it was in the right context with people that I felt like creatively stimulated and inspired by, and the story that I wanted to be part of telling. So yeah, for sure.
I think it's in the first episode we see that you're really picky about your coffee.
Yeah.
How do you like your coffee for real?
For real? A lot of milk and foam.
And what would you say are the biggest similarities between you and your character?
Well, I mean, I think what was nice about, or like interesting about getting to explore, the world through Katrina's eyes was that she was a very, multi-layered person and with a lot of dimensions to her. And I think that all human beings on this planet are multi-layered with a lot of different components and thoughts and wills and ways and stuff. But so therefore it was nice to sort of do more like dimensional person, which I could apply to myself, because I think that we humans are like that, if it makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So how many of the finished episodes have you seen?
Well, I have seen a little snippet here and there, but I haven't actually seen the full series yet.
How come?
So none. Well, because I guess it's not totally finished.
Yeah, okay. But you will see it, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna see it, yeah.
If it's your movies or it's this show, when you see yourself on the screen, how do you react? Do you use it for learning, or do you try to just see it as a film or a TV show?
I mean, I think that I'm pretty good at sort of separating myself and the character and the story when I watch the films, and I mean, it's always sort of hard, I guess, the first time, but not so much. It's because you have like an emotional, almost like body imprinted memory of the day that you were shooting like a certain scene. So it's kind of sometimes the first time you watch that certain scene, your body sort of puts you back into whatever emotion that you were going through when you shot the scene together with the people that you were working with on the given day. And that can sometimes, color a little bit the experience. But most of the time I'm kind of good at just watching the character and like watch her move in the arena that she's in. Yeah.
One of the most frightening aspects of the series, in my opinion, was how they use our cell phones and computers to spy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know they could do that, or?
Yeah, I knew. It's like so all these like secret services, MI5, they have their own internet, and that I didn't know, because it's so much harder to like bug or hack their Wi-Fi than our Wi-Fi. So it's like they have a completely different cell phone system and internet system, which I think is really fucking interesting. But our the Wi-Fi, as we know, and phones, like regardless if it's a smartphone or like an old phone, so-called like burner phone sometimes when it comes to crime and stuff, it's pretty easy to hack. So we're basically walking like information banks and GPS, and
Has that knowledge changed your use of internet or computers or cell phones in any way?
I mean, I think in general that I try to focus my energy around, sort of the kind of stuff that I want to, how can I explain it? What you fill yourself with sort of becomes your thoughts and becomes your focus and what you're sending out in the world. So it's sort of like a source running through you a little bit. So I guess in many aspects of my life, like what I look up on the internet and how I speak when I talk to people with the phone and text and how I communicate, I try to be aware of the sort of focus points, so to say, and the vocabulary and stuff like that, because everything we focus on becomes sort of part of us and the self, and also what we're sending out. So I try to be respectful in terms of also like searching the internet. But then again, I mean, I don't know, like I also try not to be like a hard judge. If you want to watch videos with some slime popping out in between fingers for a couple of hours, maybe that's not the worst thing, and then I try to think that I have nothing to hide in those matters, so hopefully I wouldn't get like charged for anything if they're my five, they hack my phone.
Yeah, I understand. You have worked for some time, but it's not that long time, and you've already been awarded with some really fine movie awards, the Bodil Awards, and you were announced shooting star at the Berlinale. Yeah. So, how does that affect one?
I would say in a positive way, because I guess we all need some sort of like confirmation that, okay, well, we see you, we see your work, it actually fucking matters. And it's sort of like the exchange a little bit than when you're producing something, and when I'm diving into the universe of these different human beings trying to tell a story and talk about like certain, you know, emotional and universal things. Then it's kind of nice that like to be mirrored and to see that I mirror people, and people, they actually get something out of what I do. And that obviously comes from like when you're winning an award, it's sort of like a thank you for the work that you've been doing. And that's kind of nice. That brings some fuel to me to continue, I guess.
I saw that you have a feature called Misosaka that will have premiere. Is it this year or?
It just premiered in Denmark actually 2-3 weeks ago. And then it's gonna premiere in Poland on the Viaplay Film Festival in a couple of weeks. Yeah.
And how has the reactions been?
Good, I feel. Yeah, good so far. It's a very like character-driven story, and I feel that people, they are responding really well to Ines, the main character, and sort of like a psychological trauma, personality, state of mind that sort of just kickstarts like an avalanche of events, and she just goes in this magnificent and problematic peculiar adventure. And I feel that people there are like ready to be part of the journey, and that's nice.
Cool. If you would recommend a film or a series?
Yeah, anyone? Oh my god. Well, I've been watching quite a lot of MasterChef lately. And I can always watch True Romance. That's a good one. That's a film.
Yeah, so MasterChef and True Romance.
At the moment.
Yeah, and if we look into your career, what other projects would you like to highlight? Is there some film you've been in that you feel like this one I really would want an audience to see?
Okay, so, well, I guess holiday film that I made was sort of, that traveled quite far, and I know that a lot of people already saw it, and a lot of people, they really, you know, could take something from that film. I'm pretty proud of all the films that I've done, you know. It's such good collaborations with the people that I've created them with. I like a film that I did called Neon Heart. Yeah, that's maybe one to watch. That like had some attention, but maybe could have been a little bit more accessible for more people.
Do you know if it's available for stream anywhere?
No. It's called Neon Heart. I will check and get back to you. Maybe you can put a link or something.
We fight different wars. You have rules, and that's why you will lose.
I don't care whether you trust me or not.
Trusting people costs lives.